So a lot of you guys are getting ready to graduate so that you can be licensed as a professional school counselor, and you are now on the prowl of looking for your first school counselor job. However, you're kind of just trying to figure out how should you decorate your resume in such a way that it will help you land the job. Thank you guys so much for coming to my channel, The Inspiring School Counselor. Well, hopefully this video was able to help you and give you an idea of how you can set up your resume that can be precise, straight to the point, and help you land your first school counseling job. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. All right, let's get into it. All right, you guys, so this is the resume that I put together for you guys. And this is actually the same exact layout that I have for my resume. It's very simple, straight to the point, and it just gives the employer an opportunity to look at everything on one page, and the font size is a really good font size. You probably can't tell off of the video, but it is a very good font size, and this is the actual layout that I use to get the job that I have now, so it worked out. Feel free, like I said, this is a very simple layout, but feel free to be creative and do your layout of your resume however you deem that is necessary. This is a one-page resume. I highly recommend to fit everything on one page. Now, am I saying if you have 30 things, fit it all on one page and let your font size be an 8? No, you don't want to do that because you don't want to hurt your employer's eyes. But I definitely would say pick those things that is going to complement the position that you are applying for, and try to get that on one page at a good, reasonable font size. And it just gives the employer an opportunity to just be able to look at everything on one page versus trying to go through 2 and 3 pages of your resume. So that is something that I just wanted to bring up. But let's go ahead and talk about the first part of this resume. This is Sally Sue's resume, and so you're going to definitely want to put your name. And you guys, it's optional whether you want to put your address or not. My professor that I've had, they said go ahead and put your address, but you definitely want to put your phone number, where you can be reached, making sure that it's a working number. And you also want to put your email and you want to choose an email that you are constantly checking. Obviously, you don't want to pick an email that is like hot95, at gmail.com. You don't want to have an email like that. You want to have a professional email. So if you don't have one by now, I suggest you go ahead and create one and get in the habit of checking it. So it's entirely up to you how you want your layout to be on your resume as far as the order of things. So you might want to put education first, or you might want to put your experience first, then your education. So you just set up your layout, whatever you feel that is going to be best for you. However, like I said before, this is the same exact layout that I used for my resume, so I have education listed first. The first thing in my education that I wanted to list was my master's degree, which was in school counseling. So, and then I list the university that I earned that from, as well as the date that I graduated. Then you have, if you're a bachelor's, you can list that and where you got that from and when you graduated with your bachelor's. If you went to a community college, you can list that degree in the community college as well as the date that you graduated. If there's any other certificates that you earned when you were in college, you can go ahead and put that under education. So the next section is your experience. This is the area that they are going to be looking at and want to see, okay, what is your experience? How is your experience going to complement the area in which you are applying for? Now, let's just say you don't have an area that specifically complements the position that you're applying for. That is okay. Still, maybe you can go in detail if that opportunity presents itself. Now, after that, my experience, I also put professional association memberships. So this is just going to highlight different memberships that you are a part of. So for instance, the American School Counseling Association was something that I was a part of. And that you actually automatically become a part of that, at least at the university that I was at, to earn my degree in school counseling because that was just a requirement. It came with like a liability insurance, and so we needed that in order to do our internship and practicum. So that was something that I was able to put on there. Also, if you are a part of maybe your state's counseling association, then put that in there as well. So for here, it's listed Florida Counseling Association. So that is something that you can list. And whatever other professional association membership that you are a part of, then, go ahead, put that in there because it will look really good on your resume. And it also really shows how dedicated you are to just develop even the more in your professional career. So that is, something that you definitely want to showcase. The next section that we have is professional scholarship and leadership. So in this, you can put like the different honor societies that you were a part of. You can put, even if you were a part of any type of mentoring program. So list those things there, especially if you were one that, made straight A's when you were in your graduate studies program. You want to highlight that because it just shows how hard that you worked in order to earn the degree that you have. Also, when you are part of anything such as like a mentoring program, it just shows how you really just utilize your time in making sure that you are pouring into others so that they can be successful. Also, you can list any other professional scholarship and leadership things that you are a part of, because once again, it will complement your resume. All right, so the next section we're going to look at is internship and practicum. So in this area, you are going to put where you've done your internships at and where you did your practicum at. So for instance, maybe you did your internship at, 2 different schools. You can put that. Maybe you just did it at one different school. You could just put, that underneath there. But for example, here I have doing internships at 2 different schools, one in an elementary school setting and one in a high school setting. And underneath that, you can put the amount of hours that you was able to complete at each setting and what you were able to do in both of those settings. And then afterwards, you can put where you did your practicum at, the amount of hours, and what you did there. So whether it's, you can put individual counseling, small groups, lessons, and so on. I think it's so important, especially when you're thinking about doing your internship, if you have not already done it yet, to try to do it in 2 different school settings. The reason why is I believe when you are applying for your school counselor job, and they see that, okay, you were able to do your internship in 2 different school settings, it just shows them the diversity that you have, and it also shows them that, okay, you have an idea of what a school counselor job looks like in an elementary setting or in a middle school setting or even in a high school setting. However, if you can't do that, that is okay. I don't believe that it's something that is going to totally just turn the employer away. I just feel like if you can, go ahead and utilize that opportunity. So that is for the internship and practicum setting. So the last section that we have here is accomplishments. So here you just want to list all of the accomplishments that's really just going to stand out and just make you, set apart from other school counselors that is applying for the job that you are applying for. So if you are an author or something like that, put that in there. Maybe you earned a couple of awards, put those awards in there as well. Maybe you have a certificate in suicide prevention, put that in there. It gives the employer an opportunity to just know you on more of a personal level. And it also gives an opportunity for conversation, and you're able to elaborate a little bit more on those accomplishments. So let me kind of just back away a little bit. So this is the gist of this resume. Like I said, this is very simple, straight to the point. And it works. It's not 2 and 3 pages long. It's just 1 page. And this is really going to focus on things that is going to complement the area in which you are applying for. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thank you guys so much for your time. And if you have anything to add, put it down in the comments below. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.